Pause it right in there. There is no thinking, sane person in this world who can say with a straight face that Cenk praising the revolution, he calls it, of MAGA, saying, congratulations, the revolution of MAGA, and then saying the left needs to do a revolution against Kamala, and look at those two things juxtaposed and say, actually, in retrospect, Cenk prefers Kamala to Trump. He's saying we need to revolt against Kamala. He prefers Trump. That means he's MAGA.
Destiny and the woke left are losing their minds as Ana Kasparian, Cenk Uygur, and the Young Turks kind of go towards the right wing, especially Ana Kasparian and Cenk Uygur as being the heads of the Young Turks, kind of the head of the snake. They're really going towards the right wing. And we already saw Hassan Piker lose his mind over what Cenk Uygur said here. Destiny has a much more unhinged meltdown over what Cenk Uygur does. I mean, they're even mad at Cenk just for sitting next to Charlie Kirk and not punching him in the face. Like, they're just mad at Cenk for being cordial with these people in general. Let's get into this clip here where Destiny loses his mind over Cenk's appearance here, and he's betraying the left wing in these people's eyes. Let's get into this clip here.
All personality.
Yep.
Now, what we need to do in the Democratic Party is we need to do likewise. We need to have a revolt against the Joe Bidens, the Kamala Harrises, and the Nancy Pelosi's.
Okay, pause it right there. Pause it right in there. There is no thinking, sane person in this world who can say with a straight face that Cenk praising the revolution, he calls it, of MAGA, saying, congratulations, the revolution of MAGA, and then saying the left needs to do a revolution against Kamala, and look at those two things juxtaposed and say, actually, in retrospect, Cenk prefers Kamala to Trump. He's saying we need to revolt against Kamala. He prefers Trump. That means he's MAGA. He's a MAGA guy. He's on Turning Point USA, the Hitler Youth of the right-wing movement. You cannot tell me this guy is like left-wing anymore. He's MAGA. It's full MAGA.
It's so funny how there's like two options in these people's minds, and people like Destiny and whoever it is he's talking to here. It's like, you either support everything that the left wing tries to shove in your face. You support Kamala Harris, you support Hillary Clinton, you support Nancy Pelosi, you just support all these people. And if you don't support them all, then you're alt-right. You're a MAGA, you're an alt-righter, you're a full MAGA person. It's crazy, man. That's the only two options. The second that you start to question a little bit, hey guys, maybe we are not getting the best candidate. Maybe we're not getting the best of the left wing, what the Democrat Party has to offer. You know, and it's the second that you do that, you're an alt-righter. That is how you lose people like Ana Kasparian and Cenk Uygur. That's how you lose people. And like I said, the jury's still out on Cenk Uygur. I don't know if he's being legit with this turn. I know Ana Kasparian is. She is for sure. Cenk kind of made the switch after he lost the 2024 election, after Trump won. Ana has been this way since maybe after the first year of the Biden administration. So she had no incentive to do this. She just made the switch, and she got a ton of hate for it. But with these people, I think his name's Pisco and Destiny and Hassan, if you're not all the way left wing and just eat up the slop that they feed you at all times, you're an alt-righter. It's wild, man. I can't believe these people can listen to themselves talk and not think they are clinically insane.
I wonder if we got 22 minutes left. I wonder if they'll get into a single actual policy for the entire thing here. We'll see. My predictions are just going to be like no war, which, by the way, doesn't even mean anything because they loved drone strikes under Trump. They loved, yeah, it doesn't matter, but.
And the Hillary Clintons, and now all of a sudden the Dick Cheneys. What are they doing on our side? Are you guys nuts? Right?
I have to interject.
Also, this talking point, bro, I'm so embarrassed because even I don't read everything. I don't follow everything. Even I had to look this up earlier because my question was like, how many appearances did Kamala Harris even do with Dick Cheney? Do you know what the answer to that is?
With Dick Cheney, 0. He's in the wheelchair.
Yeah, I didn't even know. Oh, I didn't know if they were they doing speeches together? Did they have like a thing? Like, Jesus, yeah.
Imagine being such a slimy little rat that you're Cenk Uygur and you go on Turning Point USA and say, "F us, f the left, f everyone on the left, all of us. Pick me, and it's it's a complete grift. It's a Dave Rubin. He's crossed the Dave Rubicon, and he should be ashamed of himself, but he's not.
Right?
I have to interject. When all of a sudden,
the thing is, he's not Dave Rubin. He's not, and even Ana Kasparian. He's just, I think he might be just starting to question the left wing and the validity of all the things that he's been not even just believing, but also spewing out himself. You know, he's been propagating these ideas himself too, as one of the largest left-wing shows, one of the largest left-wing networks by far. And I mean, he's not even close to Dave Rubin. He even went on Piers Morgan maybe a week and a half ago, and him and Dave Rubin got into a shouting match about Dave Rubin's turn to the right wing. Like, they got into a shouting match about it. Cenk was calling him a fraud. It seemed like he even prepared the speech before he went on. Now, obviously, it's not just about Dave Rubin turning to the right wing. Dave Rubin left the Young Turks. So Cenk probably views that as Dave Rubin stabbing Cenk in the back. So it's not as simple as, oh, he just turned from the left wing to the right wing. It's a little bit more complicated, obviously. But he's definitely not being a Dave Rubin at all. He, like I said, was very angry at Dave Rubin for what he did. So that's a pretty stupid statement. Like I said, these people are just clinically insane, though.
When Kamala Harris is doing the Liz Cheney thing, I said, does she want to lose? I mean,
What's amazing is I said the same thing. Look, Dick Cheney polls at 13%. What lunatic thought it was a good idea to wrap yourself around Dick Cheney?
To wrap yourself around Dick Cheney. Like, what? But okay.
I mean, when we started the Young Turks 22 years ago, longest running show in internet history, first ever YouTube partner with original YouTubers, one of the driving forces was get Dick Cheney out of office, right? And now for Kamala Harris to come full circle and say, oh, I've got 90 corporate CEOs backing me, and I've got all these executives on my
Talk
side.
some shit about Elon Musk, motherfucker.
Yep.
Talk some shit about Elon Musk and all the billionaire crypto investors and the shady money who is in Trump's cabinet right now and actually has official power.
Yeah, and also because sometimes I got to do like a macro reset. We're talking past something that's already kind of wild, which is the fact that Donald Trump, forget the fact that he didn't even, publish his taxes, didn't divest from his businesses. So you have an actual billionaire who actually has like foreign interests, who actually has potentially huge, contrasting. There's a word I'm looking for. What am I thinking?
Conflict of interest.
Yeah, conflict of interest. But we're past that. We're not even, that's like not even on the tail end.
It is so disgusting. So these people are literally, and Cenk, it's the worst possible time.
If you enjoy content like this, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a ton. Let's get back to the video.
They're literally on record saying, we want to gut Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. Listen to them talk. They listen to the presentation they're reporting about, like a presentation they just gave on Capitol Hill. They want to gut these programs.
Yeah.
And Elon Musk is on record saying, yeah, the CFPB, they're already instituting like changes to the NLRB to be anti-labor. They know that they're going to change the FTC head. They're going to fire Lena Khan.
How do you feel when you're an Anna Kasparian? You're like, Biden's one of the worst guys for labor unions. What I think the first president in U.S. history to join a picket line, and now you have was it Donald Trump or was it Elon who was saying that like, oh yeah, we need to do something about it, was in reference even to like a particular labor union, but like yeah, like where it's just never like policy based. It's always vibes. Like
a week ago, they were excoriating Biden because they thought he was part of a conspiracy to scuttle his own nomination for the NLRB. Like they actually thought that Biden had put forward his own nominee, the nominee who was just, by the way, refreshing her term. She was already in office for 4 years, so Biden had already successfully put her in office in the NLRB, and they were just like renewing for the next like 2 years essentially to be the head of the NLRB. And Cenk is excoriating him for like doing this conspiracy to put up a fake candidate for the NLRB, all the while not realizing that the whole implication of what he's saying, right, is that a Trump-backed nominee for the NLRB would be worse for labor, right? So like, it doesn't make sense to be complaining about how the Democrats failed to put one of their nominees and they gave the Republicans control of the NLRB for 2 years if it wasn't the case that the Republicans and MAGA specifically, and Trump specifically, is way worse for labor. This motherfucker doesn't make any sense, and he's selling out in the worst way on the issues he says he cares the most about.
yeah,
It's crazy how he goes from like, he used to be the golden boy. He even tried to run for president. Now he still is like one of the faces of the left wing on YouTube and on the internet, outside of mainstream media and alternative media. Cenk Uygur and the Young Turks are like the face of the left wing. And just instantly, he's seen sitting down with Charlie Kirk. He's a little bit critical of the left wing. And they're like, but what about Elon Musk? What about Elon Musk? Why are you not talking about how evil Elon Musk is? Because he's been talking about that for the last 4 years, idiot. And he's starting to wake up to the fact that maybe he was wrong a little bit, like everybody else with common sense in their brain would whenever they get blown out in an election. Like if Donald Trump would have got blown out in this past election, everybody would have probably looked at each other on the right wing and been like, maybe we're doing something wrong here, right? Like maybe our messaging is off or something. We wouldn't compromise our morals and values or anything, but we'd just be like, maybe our messaging is off. Like what can we do better? People like Destiny and this guy and Hassan Piker and these people, they're just like, nope, anybody who turns against us and starts to question the validity of the things that they've been believing and been brainwashed to believe the last few years, they're evil now. They are now alt-righters. They're now full MAGA. Like, really? The reason why he's not going at people like Trump or Elon Musk right here is because he's been doing that forever. And he's probably realizing this ain't working out too well. Maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe he is a sellout. That's still very much a possibility, I think, with Cenk. I don't fully trust him yet. But I don't think he's an alt-righter. I don't even think, even if he sells out, he's not going alt-right. He's not going full MAGA. There's no way. He's just going to be, at best, a fence rider. That's all he's going to be.
Cheney and Liz Cheney on my side was so counterproductive. It's not what the left wing stands for. It's not what the Democratic Party should be about. So the problem is the establishment. They are controlled by the donor class, and mainstream media is their marketing.
He says that with Elon Musk, the shadow president. He says that with Elon Musk, the shadow president, scuttling the bill, negotiation 2 days before the government shutdowns and just throwing everything into chaos. We want to talk about donor class. You want to talk about donor class? Say
like
one.
Literally donated. Like literally donated to the campaign.
What are you talking about? This whole world is upside down.
I know.
For Cenk Uygur, progressive leftism is bending the knee to MAGA Republicans, bending the knee to Trump. What a fucking chicken shit piece of shit.
If you wanted to get rid of a birthright thing, you know what? Honestly, you could probably make the strongest argument for getting rid of birthright stuff for post-Trump is birthright requirement for being the president.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because my understanding
we have Elon now.
Well, I wasn't going to say Elon. I was going to say Donald Trump. Like the point, my understanding is like the point for the birthright requirement is that you want to have somebody who's like loyal to your country, who
I'm not gonna lie. I know a lot of you in the audience love Elon. I think he would be an awful president. Like he's such an awkward guy, and he's obviously smart. You don't get that rich without being smart, of course. And I have massive respect for him, but just like the way he interacts, like, did you see him at the Trump rally? That was the most awkward thing ever. You know, the USA, hoo-ah! Like, that was the cringiest thing I've ever seen. So having him like interact and give speeches and talk to, you know, the leaders of the foreign countries, I think that'd be a bit of a disaster. But it's just so crazy. They say these things that are just so outlandish. Like, we have Elon Musk, the shadow president, and he's not saying it in a tongue-in-cheek way. He's being dead-ass serious. He genuinely thinks that Elon Musk is the shadow president. What? Well, I mean, look, I get the point that he's making. You know, he's talking about Cenk Uygur is complaining about the donor class, and then there's Elon Musk donating a bunch of money to the Trump campaign, and then he gets a spot in his, you know, in his cabinet and everything like that. But I don't see how this Elon Musk is the shadow president thing came to be. I appreciate what Cenk Uygur is saying as well, which these people will never, in that he's saying, if we can't win as the Democrats and we can't get the party that we actually want, we can't get the candidates that we actually want, we can at least unite the left wing and the right wing against the actual enemy, which is the establishment. And I agree. I wish that would actually be the case where we could both unite against the establishment. The problem is most of the left wing, as you can see right here from Destiny and the people talking in the background on Destiny's stream, most of them are fully bought in to the establishment and they support them, everything that they do. Like, I used to watch Destiny a good bit, especially back in 2020, 2021, that time. He was having interesting debates on his channel. And every single time, you know, the CDC or somebody would come out with a new variant or a new protocol you should follow, Destiny would just defend it staunchly without ever really looking at the facts, the statistics or anything. He would just defend everything that the mainstream media or the CDC, the government told him to do, and believed everything. And that's what all these leftists do. I think it would be cool if the left and right could unite against the establishment, who is the true enemy, by the way. Let me know in the comments, though, what you guys think about Cenk Uygur sitting down with Charlie Kirk and quote-unquote betraying Destiny and this other guy in the background named Pisco, who's absolutely losing his mind. This guy is going insane. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this whole Cenk Uygur versus the woke streamer Destiny in the comments.